Monstervox Productions, LLC. So the planet's got worms.
Yeah. And sand. Giant worms and sand. Yes.
Worms and sand and spice?
That's right.
They didn't put it on anything?
No.
Well, where does the spice come from?
The worms. They make it and they eat it, I think.
They make it and eat it?
Yeah, they secrete it.
Ah, it's gross. And they eat the people.
Yeah.
Except this one kid.
That's right.
And the kid is the messiah of the barren desert spice planet with worms.
Correct.
Is it any good? Aquaman's in it. Okay, now I'm confused.
Sponsors for this episode of My Baby Boys podcast include the Jenko Olive Oil Company, Maury's Wig Shop, Cousin Larry's Cash for Gold, formerly the Garden State Savings and Loan, and the Hyman Roth Foundation for Wayward Method Actors. If you don't get any of these references, we understand, and we hope that the rest of the jokes are more your thing. And now, here's my weepy.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the listening audience, to you guys for coming back and being with us again here at the Albatross. I'm Marty Merriman. This is Marty at the Albatross podcast, and I would like to introduce to my right here Cousin Joey. Cousin Joey is here to help. He noticed what happened with me in the first episode of the podcast, and he's here to give me some tips and some tactics to make my podcast a little bit better, because, you know, the first time out, you have some problems, you know, and it's not going to be perfect, you know, and you got to just, you know, you can't do it yourself, the way Mom would always tell me. You can't do it yourself. She never let me do much myself, but, you know, what are you going to do, Joey? Joey's been working a lot with the news, doing editing and camera work, so he knows all about this stuff. Joey, what, in your estimation as a professional media person, how would you critique my performance in the podcast, the last podcast, the first one? No, you did good. You did good, Marty.
There's things that you can work on. One of them is having too much air in your delivery. So you want to take out as much of the air as possible and stop saying so much. I noticed in the last episode, you said about 60% of the time. And people don't want to hear that. They want to hear someone who knows what they're talking about. So I think we can workshop this and see if we can get rid of all that space and all your uhs. And then you'll be great.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's try it with the rundown. And I'm going to try to get rid of all the extra sounds and air that's in my and you're looking at me funny, Joey.
Do you hear? Do you hear, Marty? Do you hear what's going on?
Oh my God. You are absolutely right. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, audience, with all of those? Oh my God. I never knew.
Okay, great, Marty, great. So let's explore this idea of getting rid of all our space and ums and uhs, okay?
Okay.
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 Good.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do the rundown now.
Go for it, Marty.
You do the rundown? Okay. So.
Go for it.
Ma is going to do, report.
Too much air.
On the coronation, of King Charles III. Okay, that happened. Okay, recently it happened.
Take the air out, Marty.
And Mom's going to give us
too much air.
A report.
Way too much air, Marty.
And then we're going to have
Marty, you gotta cut
not
out
supposed to do
That's your Marty.
I can't stop.
Marty, you're umming.
I can't stop. Joey, help.
Breathe.
No,
Breathe.
Okay.
Marty, breathe.
Okay, I got it. Then you're going to get to meet my Grandpa Pete. Grandpa Pete's going to be here, and he's going to talk about politics. Okay?
We can work it. We can work on it.
Okay, I think that worked. I think that worked really good.
It worked, Marty.
Thank
It
you.
worked.
Thank you, Joey.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Joey, so much.
You're
I
welcome,
feel so much better. Okay, let's take a break.
Hey dude, aren't you tired of movies, shows, and online content that fail to live up to your self-righteous expectations? Once again, Marvel has betrayed their fan base in the worst way possible. Don't you enjoy inserting your paranoid social politics into friendly discussions? These woke-ass Hollywood morons with their black elves and their transgender superheroes, it's the agenda, man. Has your toxic masculinity failed to get you laid for 98% of your adult life, and you're ready to take it out on feminism? I'm not sexist, brah, okay? But you have to admit that a female Thor is just another way to stick it to the so-called patriarchy. Then put on your big boy pants and fire up your Reddit threads, because this is the podcast for you. Join the revolution against all things that refuse to be exactly the way you need them to be in order to perpetuate your egocentric worldview. Find your voice on Me, the new podcast from the Fanboy People's Front and the Backwards Cap Alliance.
Okay, I'm clipping on the mic now. Weepy calls this a lava lamp mic. I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. This is Esther Merriman, Marty's mother, and this is my report on the coronation of King Charles III. Marty wouldn't spring for a ticket to London, so here I am at my best friend Agnes's house, in front of her giant TV, which she can't work. We have to have her son come over and set everything up. Thank you, Donnie. And, Agnes is making tea. She's completely normal for most of the morning. And then something happens where they think it might be some form of Tourette's. I don't know. But you'll have to bear with me through this. As Agnes and I watch the coronation. Okay, here she comes with the tea. Okay, thank you, honey.
Hey, you're welcome, sweetheart.
Thank you, honey.
I hope you enjoy it. It's very hot.
All right. Oh, that looks lovely. Thank you, Agnes. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Now, we tried to get some crumpets, but we couldn't find a recipe for the crumpets. So Agnes is on every committee at church, and she brought a loaf of unleavened bread. Now, it's not blessed, so it's not officially the body of Christ, but it is some bread, and we've got some tea. So we're having tea and unblessed, unleavened bread for this viewing and report on the coronation of King Charles. So, now isn't this lovely? You can hear the choir singing and filling up the time as we wait at Westminster Abbey, just waiting on the king and queen to be, and look at all those empty seats. The first coronation in 70 years, and people are late. They must have very important things to do. Oh, Lionel Richie. Oh, and there's the carriage. The lovely carriage, and look at those beautiful horses and the uniforms and the hats. Those hats, Marty, remember the Zulu movie that you liked so much when you were a kid? They're wearing those hats, the same hats they wore in the Zulu movie.
Michael Caine was so hot.
And the carriage is empty, and maybe we're coronating a ghost king. Just kidding. They're just going to pick him up. And there's Buckingham Palace, where they all live and do their secret royal stuff.
Illuminati.
Okay, thank you, Agnes.
Did you burn your mouth, Esther?
Thank you, honey.
Did you burn your mouth, Esther?
The tea is delicious. I burned my tongue.
Did you burn it good?
I burned my tongue like you like me to do. Yes, I did.
I'm so happy that you burned your mouth, Esther.
My tongue is very burned.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Okay, just bear with me here with Agnes. I think it's coming, and oh, there they are. There they are, Charlie and Millie. There they are. Don't they look distinguished and elderly? They look old. This is, well, it's still a fairy tale to me, I think. I mean, I imagine that this is Cinderella and her prince if they had to wait decades to be coronated. And oh my God, who is going to clean up after all those horses? Oh my God. If you are in London now and you have a shovel, don't go near this procession. You might get press ganged into doing some heavy work.
Mr. Ed was a commie.
Okay, I told you. Okay, they're pulling into Westminster Abbey now. Here they come. And while they're getting ready for the ceremony and getting everything together here, I'm gonna go ahead and chuck it back to Marty at the club for, what do you call it, a transitional segment, I think. And
Chuck Berry had a show.
And we'll be back with the actual coronation. Okay, as they say in England, laters.
All right, they're having a good time over there watching the coronation, Ma and Agnes. Coming up. Oh, there he is. There he is. It takes him a little bit of time. Thank you so much, Joey. I'll make some room for you here. Yeah, just put his oxygen right over here. I'll get you some room here. Have a seat, Gramps. There you go. There you go. Oh, I like your cane. All right. We'll talk a little politics with my Grandpa Pete. So, is he ready? Joey, is he ready? All right, there he is. Okay, Grandpa Pete, I'm just going to run down the talking points, and he's going to give us his take on the talking points. Okay, are you ready? He's nodding his head. All right, here we go. The climate crisis. Government transparency. Cybersecurity. Abortion. Media disinformation. I can talk just fine. Human rights. The preservation of aquatic ecosystems. And there you have it. I'm telling you what, you'll get more insightful commentary from my Grandpa Pete than you will from any pundit you can think of. And let me tell you why. Before you go blogging about maybe you don't quite agree with the representation that the elderly people are getting on my program, before you start your blog, let me tell you something. Grandpa Pete was a kid in Europe during World War II, and he saw stuff that would make you bloggers curl up into a corner and suck your thumb and pee your pants. He fought in Korea and saw even more of that stuff. He got through all the mudslinging politics of 40 years. And one day, September 14th, 2001, we're watching the TV so-called news, and 9 people are all on the screen in boxes screaming at each other like kids in a lunchroom. And Grandpa Pete was just silent the whole time. Then, after about 10 minutes of this cacophony of nonsense, my Grandpa Pete says, what's the use? And that's the last thing he said, in words. So, like I said, my Grandpa Pete is going to give it to you straight. You may not understand, but you should listen. And always remember, you don't know the people you're judging as well as their families do. All right, let's go back to the coronation. Thank you, Grandpa. We love you.
Okay, so Weepy told me that I didn't have the lava lamp mic in the right place, so I hope it's right now. Okay. Okay, cheerio. Top of the morning, Gov. And chim chim chiroo. We are back at the coronation of King Charles III at Westminster Abbey in beautiful London, England.
Dick Van Dyke's accent was wrong.
Oh, Agnes, look at all the pretty uniforms and all the people, and there's Prince William and Katie. Nobody talks about them very much anymore. And the king and queen to be are coming down the aisle. Look at those Gothic arches and flying buttresses.
Are there goth kids in the yard?
No, Agnes.
Did you call the Orkin man?
Everything's fine, sweetie. Now, I'm not one to complain. I know this is a reverent tradition, the coronation, but Camilla sure got the wrong end of the clothing stick. I mean, look at her dress. I mean, it's lovely, but it's just nothing. It's white. You can't get any more. It's like there's none. It's like it's none more white. Charlie's got robes and fur and velvet, and Camilla looks like a virgin bride from Beverly Hills. And why's she walking so far behind Charlie? She's the queen. They should be walking together.
You know.
Okay.
You know why.
Agnes, okay, we don't talk about the 90s, okay?
Esther knows why.
Okay. They're reading something to the king. He's on the throne right now, which I think is hundreds of years old. A lovely wooden throne.
Where's Dinklage?
Okay, Agnes.
Are those Germans?
No, sweetie.
Do they look like Germans?
No, Agnes.
Where's the guy with the stutter? Don't let the guy with the stutter talk to the Germans!
Okay, honey. Okay, they're finished with the reading, and the king's got a big gold sword. Oh, my God. The girl who gave him the sword could not look more bored. My God. Smile, honey. This is the King of England and they're giving him 2 scepters. No orb, though. I guess they don't want him to look too much like a wizard. And, and here comes the crown. Boy, they are making a big, long, slow deal with Charlie's crown. Oh, my God. Here it comes. Maybe. Nice and slow. They're teasing him with it now. Okay, the guy's got it above his head. And here we go. It's coming down. Here it comes, Charlie.
Happy New Year!
And we have a new king of England and Scotland and Wales and France, I think. And the children are singing. It's so lovely.
I love to see children in uniform.
And look at the crown Camilla's getting, my God. They put all the purple velvet in her crown. Looks like a throw pillow in a bear trap. They're processing back up the aisle now. Boy, that didn't take long at all. And there's the golden carriage, covered completely in gold. Jumping up Jesus on a horse-driven sidecar. Isn't that beautiful?
Is there chocolate underneath?
Well, that's it for our coronation report. Thank you to my weepy for letting me do this. And back to the albatross.
Bye.
¿Cómo se va? I am Genco Abandando, Vice President of Genco Olive Oil Company. If you've had a long day, assassinating the dons of La Penta Familia, boom boom, you need to eat something. So, when you pull out the pans and the wine, make sure you use a Genco olive oil. But don't just take it from me. Ask our president, Vito.
What is my motivation for this? I'm not a Petzonovanta. Will any of the children get this joke?
No, Vito, it's dated.
Okay, thank you so much to Vito and Janko at the Olive Oil Company. for sponsoring Marty at the Albatross. And thank you, Ma, for the Coronation report that most of the time sounded like it was coming from inside a giant fishbowl, but we'll figure that out. We're still working on the remote sound. Okay. Hey, all right, we're wrapping up this episode. Joey.
Yeah, Marty.
Do you remember Arthur Treacher's?
Oh, Marty.
Are they still around?
Of course they are. I think there's two in Jersey.
We should go for dinner. I haven't had the batter.
Oh, Marty.
The batter, Joey. And the meat just moist.
Careful.
And perfect. And the sauce, Joey, the sauce.
Delectable.
You would take a bite, and immediately you could feel your arteries hardening. And you didn't care.
You can testify, Marty. It's okay.
You broke out in this greasy sweat. It was glorious. And the malt vinegar! The malt vinegar, Joey!
Love it. Love it, Marty.
After a couple of fillets and a hush puppy, your jaw stopped working. Your brain was trying to save you from yourself, and you had to will your jaw to keep chewing.
The brain's like, what are you doing to your body?
And the dopamine was like, nah, shut your brain hole. I'm eating a piece of Nirvana.
Namaste, Marty.
And Nirvana's Buddhism, Joey.
What'd I say?
Namaste.
What'd you say?
You bastard. Don't you start with the who's on first crap, Joey.
I thought I was doing Glengarry.
Oh, we can do Glengarry. I can do Glengarry.
I gotta do what'd he say?
What did he say?
What did I say?
You said namaste.
What did you say?
Third base. All right. That should have never have been attempted. Anyway, Treachers!
Huh? Treachers, Marty.
And Joey, as you were eating this glorious, heart-destroying feast, you thought to yourself, if I wake up in the hospital after this meal and the doctor says we had to perform an emergency angioplasty, I would call that a good day.
We're going. That's it, Marty.
We're going. All right. Oh, I got to sign off here. I got to wrap up.
Okay. Do your thing, Marty. Do your thing.
Thank you Thank you, everybody, for listening. And thank you, Monster Vox. And thank you, Buzzsprout. And thank you, Joey. And thank you, Pete. And thank you, Mom and Agnes. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. I've been reminded several times to tell you to subscribe to the podcast and like it and engage with it and all that stuff. Hey, you know what, Joey? In about 10 years, we're going to have to subscribe just to breathe.
Friggin' that, Marty.
You might as well get in some more practice. So, so many announcements. Make sure you stay tuned for the very important public service announcement that follows the program. And that's it. That's all. We'll end with what's for dinner. Hey, Ma!
Yeah, honey.
Ma!
You don't have to shout, Marty.
What's for dinner?
Well, I haven't really thought about
Treachers! It can happen to any of us. You're driving along the highway, traffic is light, and you settle in for your commute. Then, your favorite classic rock anthem comes on the radio. You smile, crank the volume, and just as the sweet riff kicks in hard...
Oh, what the
Every year, over 40 million Americans are rock-blocked by severe weather alerts.
That was Paradise City, man!
These incidents are rarely reported due to the victim's resulting apoplexy.
Why would you do that? You can't get it right before Slash comes in!
Rock blocking can also cause acute clenching of every sphincter in the human body, which can lead to heart attack, stroke, or spilled macchiato.
Son of a...
The time has come to take a stand and fight back against these wanton acts of Earth's atmosphere.
Frickin' tornadoes can suck it!
If you or someone you love has suffered physical injury or mental anguish from being rock-blocked by the National Weather Service, you may be entitled to compensation. Don't wait. Call 555...
This has been a presentation of MonsterVox Productions. All persons in this podcast are fictional. Any resemblance to any person living or dead is purely coincidental and not intended by the creator.
Copy that grabs, audio that crushes. MonsterVox.